Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim coming to you from on the beach here in Boynton at the Boynton Inlet. And I'm going to make a video here because I know you guys love the scenery of the ocean. And look what I've got behind me here. Everybody on the beach has got a bucket. These are known as beach angels. I just asked someone, what is the community or the organization called that's involved in coming out here with 5-gallon buckets and little pickup sticks, picking up the trash on the beach. And they truly are angels, aren't they? This is a great thing that they're doing. I'll turn around and show you. They're walking in a line here. There's several of them. They all got their buckets. And I guess you can pick up your own little stick. I don't know if they provide those for you or not, but I guess you just kind of start walking down the beach as far as you want to go, and anything that doesn't belong here, you pick it up. But we really appreciate those that get involved with that, and quite a few people seem to be doing that. And that is truly a blessing for having clean beaches. But anyway, folks, I'm here today to talk to you about Social Security. Now, you guys know, if you follow my channel, I've been an advocate for a long time about collecting your Social Security as soon as you can, at the age of 62 years old. I thought I would come down here and put this in my backdrop. This is it puts out sand. It's really putting out sand, but there's water with it, of course, to build the beach, to keep the beach erosion down. And it actually gets pumped from this pump house way over here, which I've shared many times on previous videos. But anyway, let's talk about Social Security here for a minute. I have convinced or made people pause to think about, should I collect my Social Security at 62, or should I wait till later? And I'm here to tell you two things. One, I'm getting paid today on my Social Security, which is what sparked the idea of making another video. But I was also adding up some numbers here that I think that is worth sharing about how I live on Social Security, and I live a very luxurious lifestyle. I say that in jokingly because I live in South Florida, and how much more luxurious can that be, right? I'm on the beach here. There's palm trees all around me, and I do have no problem living because I don't have debt. And that's really the key. One of the biggest keys there is to collecting your Social Security at 62 is you must have no debt, or very little. So as you get closer to contemplating on getting your check, you know, it's certainly not going to help you. It's going to help you because it's found money coming into your bank every month. But if you have to quit your job to take a lesser check, then this is what the argument that I get from people. But let me answer all that. Let me just try to help you understand it. So I receive $1,700 a month, and this is going to be my 33rd check since I started collecting. I turned 62 in the year of 2020, all the way down to the last day of the year, almost to the 29th of December. That's when my birthday is. And if you apply for your Social Security, you can apply 3 months prior to your 62nd birthday in order to get it as soon as possible. And then you have to be 62 and 30 days to get your first check. So it takes a month after that to get your, so basically 2 months after your 62nd birthday. So I didn't get my first $1,700 check until February of 2021. But since then, I've received 33 checks, totaling $56,100. And of course, that's a tremendous amount of money that's come into my bank that I didn't leave on the table in a very short period of time. And I'm not even at 67, I'm gonna be 65 in a few months. And if I were to wait till full retirement age, I'd still have a full over 2 years to go to receive a check that might only be $500 or $600 more money. And meanwhile, by then I would have collected over $100,000. But right now I'm halfway there. I've got $56,000 $100 that has come into my bank account, and that has been over 33 months. So if you were to divide that, you can see that's not a tremendous amount of money every month. But a lot of people ask in the comments, how do I live on $1,700 a month? How do I live on it? Well, I don't, and nobody can, especially in 2023. We all know what rents and car payments and interest rates and things cost, food prices, gas, all the stuff, that $1,700 is the new $1,000. I mean, it's really, it's sad, it really is. But when you got $1,700 hitting your bank account every month, and that's found money that you can supplement. So you have to continue to work, folks. But you don't work 40 plus hours a week at a prison job. I call it a prison job. Most people don't like their jobs. Most people can't quit and just get another job, so they are in a prison because they can't get a job that pays them as much as they're making. But they've been there a while, there's certain benefits, their health insurance, et cetera, et cetera. We already know. But maybe you don't like your boss. Maybe you don't like people you're working with. Maybe you don't like the hours they got you going. Maybe you just don't like working, like most of us, because you're not the owner and you are not getting really what you deserve. But certainly if you were to quit, you may not be able to find that kind of a job making that kind of money anywhere else. So you were in a prison. But when you quit working at 62, like I did, and then you can go to work doing anything part-time to supplement that $1,700 that I get. I mean, you can make a couple of grand a month and still be within the margins of, you know, not going over the limit that you're allowed to make for a few years until you become your full retirement age. So to be able to make a couple of $1,000s more a month, it's a little bit less than that. That's $3,700 a month. If you don't have any debt, folks, that's a lot of money. I never made that much money in my life, working my entire life. I mean, that's quite a bit of money. It's almost $1,000 a week. So here's what I've got on some paper for you right here. So I told you I've collected $56,100, and I have earned, since I quit, the $21,240 income limit every year except 2022. In 2022, I sat on my lazy butt and I didn't work at all because I was drinking, I was sitting around living on my savings, I have no debt, so I really didn't need much more than that. And you know, what I did spend extra, I had some savings and I dipped into that. And then I woke up and realized, hey, life is still long. And what are you doing? You're just gaining weight, you're gaining more weight, you're just eating all the time, drinking, and sitting in this 16-foot camper, wasting your life. You're not really living your life. How about getting yourself a side hustle, finding yourself a job and having some extra found money coming in with that $1,700? Well, that idea became very exciting to me. First, I thought it was exciting not having to work at all. And I hear that in the comments like, oh, why would you retire and still go to work? Let me tell you, it's fun when you're working at a place that you want to work and you're only going to go there a little bit. I mean, not even every day. There's all kinds of schedules that you can create and types of jobs, side hustles you can do, from delivering sandwiches to actually going into a place. I picked up a side hustle. If you've been watching my channel, I went to work for a company called Crossmark out of Texas, and they put me at a Publix grocery store and sometimes at a Total Wine and More doing food samples, you know, just handing out crackers and cheese and chicken nuggets, and then occasionally I would do some wine sampling and letting people taste samples of beers and stuff. And I was making from $15 an hour up to $25 an hour working just part-time. And you think, well, that's not really a lot of money, and it isn't. But when you've already got $1,700 hitting your bank without doing anything for the rest of your life, and you get this extra money coming in, and you're already got a low overhead where you're not really needing to use it so much, it starts banking up. And that wasn't even coming close to the $21,240 that you're allowed to make. But this extra money, I got excited about it. I was like, this is fantastic. So now I've got all this extra money that I can save and start doing some other things like traveling. And that's the whole idea about retiring at 62 is while you're still vibrant, young, and you haven't gotten into that later 60s, approaching a few years away from being 70 years old, where you may have, turned into this person that doesn't want to do as much as you used to, then, with this little extra money that I was making working part-time, and it wasn't a job that I had to even keep if I wanted to quit, I could actually take a leave of absence and come back and do it when I wanted, this thing that I was doing with the food sampling, so, whatever kind of a part-time job you might find. But I know that lots of people well into their 70s work part-time, like at golf courses, at the pro shop, handing out keys to the golf carts, wiping down your clubs, working in Kohl's, or just doing some air-conditioned, easy, simple job, a cashier, answering the phone for a business in an air-conditioned office. Nobody's bothering you. You're just doing what you want to do, and you're making some extra money, and you've got that check coming in every month that you are already collecting early. So that's the advantage of getting your money at 62, is you can start to live. It isn't about you don't have to do anything, you don't have to work, is you can work now doing what you want to do, or you can make some money for a while and take a lot more trips, going and taking little drives and vacations, or playing more golf, or doing more things, spending more time with your grandchildren, whatever it is that blows wind up your skirt. You can start doing more of it rather than saying, oh, I can't today, I got to be at work in the morning, I got to be at work till 5, I got to work this Saturday, they got me on, I'm on call. No, you start experiencing life and freedom and being able to come down and take yourself some prayer walks on the beach. And when you start living clean too, like I did, and I quit the drinking, and by the way, today is my anniversary. 5 months ago, I quit alcohol 100%. Not one drop has passed my lips in 5 months. Today, actually tomorrow, I think. Every beginning of the month is another 30 days for me. And it's been 5 months. I'm very proud of myself, and I feel excellent about it. I also started going to a gym. And when you work, a lot of times if you have to be to work in the morning, you don't want to go real early because it's hard to get up even that much earlier. And then you get the traffic, and you got to get ready for work. And then after work, sometimes you lose your motivation because you're like, I just worked all day. I just want to go home and flop, have something to eat, turn on the TV. So when you're retired, you've got all this extra time to do for you, to do for Tim, to start building your health, to start increasing your mind, start praying, start reading, start talking, start doing kind things for other people, start traveling, start playing golf, start doing all these things that are great for you, that'll give you a much longer life. And to be able to put 5 years in earlier than waiting until your full retirement age and working that dead-end job, that prison job I call it, until you're now ready to just sort of like, well, all right, I got a check coming in, and basically I got $500 more, but I don't want to do anything anymore. And maybe you didn't get rid of your debt because you kept working and you had good money coming in. So you kept buying more cars, you kept adding more things to your house, you kept taking out more loans, you've got credit card debt, you've got all this stuff. Now you're 67, you got your extra $500, but now you've got all this debt. You got to get out of debt, you got to prepare, and you got to start getting that Social Security check at 62 years old and start to live your life. Because it isn't about money. There's so many people dying every day, long before they become 67 years old, or very, very shortly after that. The average age, is only 73 years old for a male in the United States of America. So what good does it do to work all your life, work, to get a check at 67, and to say you're retired, don't want to even work a part-time job? You sit around, you've lost all your motivation, you've gained all this weight, you're still drinking, you got all this debt, and then 5 years later you're dead. What good is that? What kind of life can you say that was? I say that my life of having to get out there and hustle a little bit, doing a side hustle at 62 and making a little bit of extra money, getting that found money, that free check I call it, it's my money, that free check every month for the rest of my life. 100 grand I pick up before I'm 67 years old. So I've got some further numbers here for you. So I got the $56,100 so far in 33 checks. I know it's automatic deposit. And I've made the $21,240 limit since I've retired, except 1 year that I chose not to work, that I chose to sit there and drink and eat and do nothing and sit on my butt. What a waste of the year that was. I can't get it back. That's just like those years that if you want to keep working till you're 67, you're not going to get them back. In hindsight, you're going to say, man, I should have been playing golf for 5 years. Anyway, I've made $98,580 by my extra income and my Social Security today, to date, okay? If I didn't sit on my butt last year and would have earned the $21,240 allowable, I would have a grand total of $120,000, $119,820 to be exact, 120 grand. Folks, over 33 months, 33 payments I've received, that's an average of $3,630.90 per month. Now you tell me you can't live on that if you have no debt. If you have no debt, no car payments, no credit card payments, all you got is your food, your fuel bill, your car insurance, if you want to carry full coverage, if you've got a newer car, and what it costs you, either taxes on your home or rent wherever you're living, the things that are never going to go away. $3,630.90. And then, after just a few short years, when I become full retirement age, I still don't have to go back to work for a prison job, working 40 or 50 hours a week. I can just step up my game if I want, and I can make even more than that. And let me just tell you, this is what you can make as a W-2 person. If you retire at 62 and you're an entrepreneur like me, I've worked for myself all my life, and you want to get a job as a 1099 individual where you're self-employed, your $21,240 is not your cap. That's only if you're a W-2 employee. If you work for yourself, sky's the limit. As long as you have enough deductions at the end of the year when you file your taxes that you haven't gone over the income limit. And remember, this is only for a few years. You don't even have to deal with it much on the first year because there's a special rule. And the year you turn full retirement age, you can make a heck of a lot of money without worrying about going over your limit. So out of the 5 years, there's only 3 short years that you have to really be concerned about your income if you're going to be a W-2 person. But if you make the average check like what I get, and I don't make anything special, and you earn what I've earned, and you don't have any debt, how could you say no to that? Why wouldn't you want to get out there and just start living your life at 62 years old and doing what I'm doing, having yourself a wonderful time and crushing it?